All right, we are going to be playing some Verdansk, getting into some Warzone, but I haven't been playing much Fortnite, and I saw this video. It's from Cypher PK. It's called Fortnite Isn't the Same, and for me, it just isn't the same. Like, I really was playing it. So when I started playing, it was last summer. I started playing on the channel, and I started doing really well. Streams were doing well. I liked it. Reload had come out at the same time. So like that's like the resurgence of Fortnite, and I started getting into it, like super into it. And then just like the last couple months, like Warzone went to shit. Then I'm just like, you know, I started playing a little Fortnite, and it just wasn't the same. So like, I don't know, I saw this video. It's Fortnite Isn't the Same from Cypher PK. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna react to this on stream and then post a video. But let's get into it.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Cypher. Fortnite is missing something.
Now the thing is what is it missing? Fortnite's got everything. It's got the ranked mode, it's got the resurgence reload mode, it has the creator mode, it's got the ballistic, which is like the CSGO and the Valorant. It's like, it's got everything. So I don't even know what he would say. Like, I don't even know what ideas he has.
There has been a lot on my mind about the state of the game over the past few months, and I have a lot to say. So I'm going to be playing this solo match while pretty much just talking about how I feel about where Fortnite is heading and some of the good things and some of the bad things that is happening in the game right now.
Stop taking snipers away.
It has been a while since I've done a video like this, because I've been so locked in on the content creation process, giving you guys content that you can watch and taking you out of whatever situation you're in, whatever's on your mind, and give you some entertainment. And hopefully
that's the thing. Like, Cypher PK is like one of the biggest Fortnite like creators, so this is why I wanted to react to this. He's like right there with like Ninja, him. I forget the other one. There's a couple of them.
We can talk about a game.
These are like the two that I watch.
We all want to see succeed in a positive but still critical manner. So Fortnite, in terms of player count, in terms of the numbers, it's actually not in a bad spot right now. The player count of the game is actually super solid. You can look at the live player count.
They have so many players playing this game
times in the past. We're
so
getting
many people
OG
play this
seasons. We're getting constant updates. They're still putting a good foot forward when it comes to new updates. But the issue is that this game is 33 seasons old. The game's approaching 8 years.
That's crazy.
We had 33 seasons of content. Each season of content has had, you know, dozens.
The fact that this game is free to play and is still on top, because it is on top for 8 years, is pretty impressive.
Of updates.
That's impressive.
So Fortnite is in a situation right now that not a lot of other games have the problem. Not a lot of other games have this problem. You see, other games, they don't update as often, right? So over the course of like 5 years, another game that is comparable to Fortnite will have a quarter of the amount of new stuff added to the game that Fortnite has added. But because of how much Fortnite adds so quickly, it keeps the content fresh and exciting. But at the same time, we are now at a point where it feels like all new content added to this game is a remix, of a previous concept.
That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed with all of it. It's like a remix, but like a concept about the same. They need to, I don't know, maybe they have to back off a little bit and not as many updates, but when they do an update, it's huge. That might be the way they go.
Already existed.
See what he has to say about
a reskin of a previous gun, a previous POI, a previous mechanic, you know? We have the vaults. We've had them plenty of different times.
Is there such thing as too many updates? Maybe Fortnite's just getting too many updates, and it's like almost like just too much, and nobody's excited about it because there's just always a new update, which is great for a game to get updates, but I don't know.
In the past, we have shotguns and ARs and assault rifles and all kinds of different weapons that we have had in the past, but these are quote unquote new, but in reality they're the same. They just look different.
Yeah, look different.
And this is a
different
very
animations.
unique problem because
different look to them.
Fortnite is one of the few games out there that updates as aggressively and as consistently as it has, and something that used to be a huge strength is sort of showing up as a little bit of a weakness in some of these recent updates that they have put in the game. Now I want to give credit where credit is due.
One thing for me, these OG like updates, I'm not a fan of them. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. And like, first of all, they got to stop taking snipers out of reload, or now they're back, but or big map. I don't understand why they're taking snipers away. It drives me crazy.
The new exotics they're adding this season,
berserk.
You can tell they're actually trying to think outside of the box of bringing us something that we haven't seen before, with like the Rift launcher and the new Chug Jug and new assault rifles, new shotguns. But even then, when they are trying to bring something new, a lot of these concepts and mechanics of these guns have also existed in the past, and they are still considered remixes or just rebranding of things that we already had. On the other hand, because it's like, okay, you know, are you asking them to stop updating the game? No, because on the other hand, when they take huge risks and they make something that really has never been done, we have situations like the car season in chapter 5, where
everybody hated that. I hated that season, but then I kind of think about it, it wasn't all that bad.
Really were upset because Fortnite tried to go, you know, down a different path with the cars and the attachments and the overpowered vehicles. Half of the community loved it, half of the community hated it.
Yeah,
but a lot of people did not like that. They're like, keep it simple, go with what we know. But what we do know is that when a game doesn't change, it eventually dies, no matter how good it is. And that's why Fortnite has lived for so long. So what's the solution?
Yeah, what's the solution? Tell me, Cypher.
Here's the thing. I don't think so.
No,
I really don't think so.
They got millions of players on this game.
One thing we need to start with is where Fortnite is putting some of its time and effort. You know, Fortnite has been putting a lot of effort into creating a metaverse, creating these new modes with ballistics, with Fortnite Lego, with rocket racing, with festival, and they're a big enough company to do these things. But there is a little bit of an issue when it comes to the risk involved in these projects, and let me tell you what I'm talking about. For example, the way Fortnite is approaching a lot of the content they add is they are basically testing if a concept is going to be good. So they gave us Fortnite Ballistics pretty much in a beta form.
I wonder if that is doing good.
Almost unfinished form with poor matchmaking and still some issues. And then they're deciding, should we invest more time into this concept? Now, in my opinion, Fortnite is big enough of a game and has had enough success to where I don't think they need to be giving us products that are unfinished or beta testing products that is kind of like a substitute to something that already exists. You know, you have Valorant, you have CSGO.
I was gonna say, is that ballistic mode? I wonder if it's even doing good anymore, because I haven't really heard anything about it. I didn't like it, but it's a first person, and I wonder if like they're gonna come up with like first person BR, because I think that would be pretty good. It wasn't too bad, but we'll see.
Cool. And then you have Fortnite Ballistics, which is kind of like a watered down version of, you know, those two games. But then you have like Minecraft and other survival games. But then you have Fortnite Legos, which also in its initial state, and even now, is still considered like a watered down, less content filled, less exciting version of Minecraft. You can do the same comparison with rocket racing and whatnot. And what I'm trying to say is that when Fortnite invest time into these new modes, I feel like
they got to go all out.
Leading the charge, they are copying the charge. They're copying the trends that are out there. Valorant is a success.
Yeah, but do you blame them?
Make our version without the twists. But
I think like they should just go all in and be like even better. But then I don't know, like Minecraft would be kind of tough.
Here part is like, where's the Fortnite touch? Fortnite Battle Royale became a success because they took the Battle Royale concepts and they added their own touch, which was the build mode.
Yeah.
And the unique look and feel of Fortnite. And that allowed them to be insane success. The problem is they're not taking that formula and applying it to these new modes. They're not taking that formula and applying it to the updates. It's like we're at a point where we're either just maintaining or we're just putting stuff out
just to put it out
to grab some attention, but not take any heavy swings. And I don't know.
I kind of agree with that take. It's like if you're gonna do a ballistic mode, you should just go all out. Make sure it's literally the Fortnite equivalent of that game mode or whatever game that is. Like that's how they have to approach it. But I don't think that's also why I'm bored of the game. I just don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is.
I don't know how much time and money is invested into some of these projects, so I can't just be here like, no, you should make a better version of Valorant or you should make a better Minecraft. But I do feel like the way we are going right now with these new modes and with where Fortnite is putting, a lot of their effort into, we are making game modes that already exist, but we're not adding the twist that makes Fortnite what it is. And
Little bot.
obviously you're watching this game and you realize I haven't ran into a single real player yet.
No.
That guy might have been real. I'm not too sure if he was or wasn't. But this is also another topic that we cannot ignore any.
All right. So Call of Duty just came out with Warzone, which has a casual mode, but it tells you right off the bat it's 128 bots and 28 real players. That's what Fortnite has to do. So when I'm playing Fortnite, I jump into the big mode. All of a sudden, I'm fighting these bots, and then I get complacent. And then I'm fighting, and then I'm pushing another team. Well, guess what? That other team is an actual real team. And it messes up the flow of the game because it's like you're supposed to go in and be kind of nervous the whole time in a BR. But when you can't be nervous, when you know that is a whole team of bots, but then you fight the bots, kill like 3 bot teams. Next thing you know, you got a real team on you, but you're trying to shoot them like a bot. It drives me nuts in here. I honestly think they should take the bots out and make that own mode, like bots only with like some real players. And I think that's more the casual. I know why Fortnite did it for all like the young kids and more of a casual, game. They want everybody to play it, and I understand that, but this is a big point right here. I wonder what he has to say about it. We'll let him talk about it. But that's
before
like,
I get into
I hate him. Get him out. Bots, get him out.
I'm not trying to complain. I'm trying
get
to
him out of my game.
Feedback here. I want to address that the last video that I made about the state of Fortnite has actually done a lot of things on that video since then. I'm not saying that they did it because of that video. That video is pretty much just what the community was feeling for the most part, and what I'm seeing as somebody who is involved in the community, who has a big community around Fortnite. Those are not just all my words and my feedback. That's literally what I see you guys talk about in my streams and my comments. So from the last video, hit scan weapons have returned. People were not a big fan of the projectile weapons. Some people are, but I think majority voted to bring back hit scan. It makes sense because
like this is a real player.
That's what most of Fortnite was hit scan for the longest time. And then one of the most popular modes, which is reload, is also hit scan focused.
Nasty.
So as a result,
just nasty at the
they
game.
brought it back, and it's what a lot of people have been asking for. So that's a huge win. The second thing is, hold on, gonna reset here.
Are we serious?
The second thing is hackers. Now I know some of you might.
This bro, Cypher PK is doing an actual video, and dude, just hold on a second, boom, just like, dude, just natural, bro.
Disagree, but from what I'm seeing,
what a hell of a content creator, man. I wish I was this good. Like, I really do. Like, I wish I was this high level on Fortnite or Warzone. Like, holy crap, man.
Happening in the game.
I gotta have my personality and my yapper, dude, drive more of my content than actual gameplay. I mean, I'll have my moments and stuff, but not like that. That was just wild.
And there's a lot more hula hoops that people have to jump through to hack in Fortnite now, which is all really good stuff, because literally the entire state of the game, the entire state of competitive will crumble if hacking is not addressed. And I do think that there's still a lot of room for improvement, but they have actually made, since that video, they ended up suing a hacker. They ended up adding more requirements for you to play
tournaments.
Imagine
getting sued because you cheat, you prick.
Every game out there
that.
struggles with hacking, and online games will always have a hacking problem, but they're making an effort. The live events and the story, they have stepped up. They have stepped up with the live events. They have stepped up with the story. Is it where it once was? Is the interest from the community there for the story? It's slowly building back up. It's still far away from the peak of Fortnite when a lot of people were actually interested in the story, but they have made strides towards improving that. And I think we'll have to see how it ages. But I think over the next year or two, the story content and the live events will just continue to get better. Now, when it comes to the Fortnite XP maps and, you know, UEFN situation, there's still a lot of room for improvement, but at the very least, it's on the roadmap, and they are aware of some of the pain points, like, you know, how important XP is for players, how there's ways to exploit the XP system.
Yeah, I know with creative, there's ways to, like, get more XP if you play this creative mode. They should definitely not have that, but I don't know.
And how
people
a lot
want
of the
their
maps
XP, man. They'll do stupid stuff, man. It's crazy.
Still kind of like the same repeat concepts of Zone Wars, Red versus Blue, free-for-all style maps, and there's very few that kind of come out and are able to go viral and bring people to the game. And I think, you know, the important thing when it comes to these maps, when it comes to creative, is to bring people to Fortnite. And right now, no map really does that, besides every once in a while you'll have a map like, for example, the Squid Game map, which I'm not sure if they were allowed to use the Squid Game IP or not. That's a whole other story. But the Squid Game map brought people to the game. The Only Up map brought people to Fortnite. It's
oh, yeah, with the events, like, Fortnite kills it with the events. I think they need to do more of them, but I don't know.
People to download the game.
That almost comes back to the point where I think there could be too much content and too much updating where it gets too much. It's like almost watered down. It's like new update, and there's no build up for that excitement. So it's like I don't know if they should tone down like the updates a little bit, but when they come up with an update, make sure it's a banger, and then it'll bring a lot of more people. There's more excitement, even like kind of promote it. Where it's like Fortnite isn't getting any updates for a week or two, but people are hungry for that big update, if that makes sense.
Actually make the game
I think that's what they need to do.
There's only a few handful of maps that have managed to do that. And some maps out there maybe have potential, but don't ever really get to see the light of day. But I got sidetracked.
Does he have like his graphics on low?
A couple more real players, but a huge problem right now in the community, and it has been a problem for a while, is the amount of bots in the game. And the reason why this is only going to get worse,
I've already talked about it,
is addressed, is because Fortnite keeps adding new modes. The more modes they add, the more spread out the players are. Right? We knew that was going to be a thing, but Fortnite has millions of players every single day. There are millions of people who play this game. There are millions of people who are playing at any given moment.
I mean, it's crazy. The numbers, you look at creative, it's like 30,000. You'll look at some random mode and it's like 2,800 playing. It's like, what the hell is this mode? And there's like 2,000 people playing it. It's wild, man. How many players they have is crazy. But you spread the player base thin, then that's why they put the bots in. Plus, they want to keep your casuals and your new players to come in, and then you play bots and you think you're the best player in the world and you like the game.
And now,
I see why they do it. Makes sense.
So they have the player count, but with everything split up amongst regions and with the amount of modes we are getting between Fortnite, Reload, OG, LTMs, creative maps,
dude, they have
Lego,
so much
racing, festival,
so much,
all of that, and more projects that are coming out, ballistics and so on. They are filling the lobbies with more and more bots, and I don't know what kind of data they have that shows that the bots are helping keeping players on the game. We might be in the minority here. A lot of people don't even know they're fighting bots.
Yeah,
I've seen them myself. I've seen really bad players, family members who are fighting on Fortnite. They're going against bots and they think they're fighting real players. So we really don't know. Bots could be the reason Fortnite is still alive. But I will say this, a lot of people are not happy.
Well, I'll say this with Warzone. Warzone came back with Verdansk. I'm playing it right now, and there's no bots in it, dude. Holy crap, is it competitive, and it is hard. And as a new player, I'm out. I'm done. Me, I'm going to take the beating. I'm going to go in Verdansk, take the beating, get better, keep playing. I'm a gamer. I'm one of those, competitive FPS shooters. Like, I love that stuff. I don't care. I'm staying. But it's like the casuals. Are they staying? I don't think so. But With Fortnite, it's a younger audience, so it's like I don't know. I really don't know. But it does have an older audience
Even
too.
casual players who are not very sweaty, not very good at the game, are not happy with the amount of AI that they are fighting.
I'd say take them out just because, like, when you fight them, you get complacent. You kill a bot team, and then next thing you know, you roll up to another team. They're real, but you roll up with the mindset they're bots, and then you get smoked. It happens to me all the time, and I'm like, dude, if I'd known that they were real, I would have took cover or actually played it. But then you just get relaxed, and I think that's a problem, honestly.
In this game,
I think it's a problem.
right now,
big time.
I'm playing at night. It's like 9 p.m. my time, Central. There should, I mean, you know, it's spring break. There should be more real people that I'm facing. I'm playing the main mode, Chapter 6 solos, but half of my kills are not even real players. They're not even real.
That's crazy. And like a player like him that's this good, like high skill, like should never play bots, right? You know what I mean?
And
this
is something that's very tricky for them because I understand the reason.
I understand. I completely understand. I think like completely taking bots out will never ever happen, and nor do I want it ever to happen. I just want them out of my matches, if that makes sense. I don't know how they do that or execute that, but I don't know.
And
get them out of my match. I don't want the bots in my match. That's why I play Reload, because when I play Reload, they're actually real players, and it's smaller. Boom, I can get back into the match. Blah blah blah.
Bots
play
are
big map.
Evil.
I die to a bot. No, I die to a real team.
Players.
What the hell?
But it is at a point now when I look at the content creators in the scene, the YouTubers, and listen, you know, I'm not saying that we matter that much.
We do matter, man.
But that's the community that I know. It's the people that I play this game with. So for me, from a personal perspective, I will speak on it. People don't really have a lot of content to make out of Fortnite, even though we're getting all these updates. The big thing is that the content feels fake. The fights feel fake.
Fake.
You get the new weapon, you want to try it against some real players, and you're not even really getting to do that.
I think this is what he's talking on. This is why I don't like this game. I think it's a lot of the bots and the way it feels. Too much content. It just doesn't feel right.
The wins also do not feel like they used to because of these bots. So that excitement around the content as a result is also down. From a viewership perspective, from people watching the game, when they're watching their favorite casual creator make content and play the game, they're not as excited because there's not as much risk. There's not as much at stake in any regular match. And yeah, you have ranked mode, but ranked mode is really divided by the ranks, and not all the people that I play with are in the same rank, and not all the people I play with are trying to sweat the entire time.
Yep, exactly.
So is it all doom and gloom? I really don't think so. But I think there are some key points that Epic needs to work on and focus on this year and next year to make sure that the state of the game, it continues to improve and we don't end up.
I want it to improve. I want to always play Fortnite. Like this summer, we're gonna definitely play in a lot of Fortnite. I'm gonna continue playing it on the channel for sure. I think I actually might be playing Fortnite this Tuesday, and we'll get back in the rhythm. We'll start mixing in some Fortnite.
And I think
absolutely,
this community is very important. We
I've
have
always
been
had
here
fun
from
playing
the very
Fortnite.
beginning of Fortnite.
The great game.
A community of people who are not just interested in playing the game casually, but interested in engaging with content and engaging with communities that surround this game. That is us. That is you guys watching. You're not just a Fortnite casual.
For me, I started playing last summer, and I started getting viewership and a lot of people that wanted to play Fortnite and watch my content and loved it. And that's why I started playing Fortnite on this channel. I started off Warzone only. Now I'm Warzone, Fortnite, the finals, other games, but for the most part, it's the finals and Warzone.
Player.
And now Fortnite, I want it to be, but I'm just bored of it a little bit.
You are passionate about this game. Some of you more than others.
I'm gonna always follow it on this channel, though, for sure. Like always follow it.
And
always
I do feel
play
like
it.
This community,
but just
is at risk.
How much?
Eventually,
how much am I playing it? I don't know.
If the content direction doesn't become more serious in the sense that we need more real content updates where Fortnite is leading the charge instead of reusing and rehashing what they've done in the past, and leading the charge in the sense that the reason Fortnite became a success is because they took a big risk on this building mode and put it with the biggest trend, which was battle royales, and came Fortnite from that. They need to get back to that kind of magic, that kind of sauce. The second part,
give us the sauce,
is making the games feel real again, making the games feel like they're impactful, that there's some weight to it, and you're fighting real players, right? Those are two huge key points that are still pain points that have not necessarily been addressed since my last video, and I feel like it's very important for me to talk about it. A lot of my friends, a lot of my fellow content creators, I see them struggling. I see them struggling in even playing the game because they were there when the wins really felt like exciting, when it really mattered.
Felt like you actually won a BR.
And it feels like it's kind of like a
Remember
shell
those
of
feelings?
its former self. Not the game, but the communities around the game.
It's actually like where I feel the wins. I went to go play PUBG, and I'm telling you, PUBG is so intense. The sounds, and like I'm so immersed, and I'm like scared to like push this corner. Like it was a great feeling. Like, and I know there's bots in that game, but it's a little different. Like this game, I don't know what it is, man.
One clear sign that is the case, by the way, that I'm not just yapping for the sake of yapping, is what new Fortnite content creators have blown up in the last couple of years. And I'm talking about blown up to the millions of subscribers, and you know, hundreds of thousands of views, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. There really hasn't been. You had Mr. Fresh Asian blow up back in the day. You had the X2 twins. Nowadays, the only people who really get a lot of attention, like new players that get a lot of attention, are competitive pro players. And it's really just tied to.
So like right now, I've noticed with Fortnite, like some of these young kids, they're like, I don't know, 15, 14, 15, 16. I see them on the vertical live stream. Dude, these kids are so effing good, and they got a huge freaking viewer base. Like people are watching them, and like that's about it.
That competitive pro scene.
Unless you're competitive, super competitive, I don't know.
Making content, so they're just really just competing and creating a fan base on the competitive side of things. You have people like Peterbot and other names that have risen up over the past few years. But when it comes to content creation, the level of exposure that is being given right now with the content being put out and level of opportunities for people to grow is almost not there. And you see that because there aren't new faces coming to the game. There's only big creators that are slowly moving on from the game. You have people like Ninja taking a break from Fortnite. You have people streaming less and less, creating content less and less. And I do fear that if things don't get addressed, if we don't start seeing content that actually brings people and brings excitement back to Fortnite, where Fortnite is, you know, back to being the leader of content creation and adding new things, this community will, I'm not gonna say it's gonna die, but this community slowly it will just keep on dwindling down.
Like Fortnite will never die, ever die, but it can slow down though, and people could just fade away, you know what I mean? Slowly but surely. It'll be a slow burn if it did. I want to remind you guys one more time that so far, from what I've seen, Fortnite is listening. They might act very slow on the changes. Some of them do take time and are longer than others to implement. But Fortnite has been listening. I see it from the last video to this video. A lot has changed. But like I said, there are some very important things that cannot be ignored for much longer. And I hope you guys agree with me. I hope you guys are able to comment down below in a constructive way how you feel about the game. And hopefully we see some more positive change and some more strides towards making this game the best game it possibly can be in the year of 2025 and moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my opinion about this game. I'm still very much passionate about the game of Fortnite, even after 8 years. Give it to like. Give it to like.
Still there. I still care about this game, and I want to see it succeed and continue for years to come.
All right.
Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the
next. That subscribe button, guys. All right. Yeah, I want Fortnite to be good. I don't know. Like, I just don't feel it when I want to play it. Like, when I play it, I'm like, I play a couple hours and then I just get off. I get off. But as usual, that's Cypher PK. I am gonna put his description, his links into my description. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody watching the vids and everything. And yeah, there'll be more Fortnite on the channel for sure. For sure. I appreciate everybody, and I hope everybody has a good night and day. Peace.